Hello, Petals. This is Daisy Ex Machina, formerly known as Booktube Goddess, also known as a speculative detective. Call me Miss Daisy if you're a nasty. And this is a Get Ready With Me where I put on drag makeup to um, film a video later today. There's a whole conversation going. Gordon Lightfoot passed away, so you're listening to him. Oh, that's too bad. He's pretty old, right? I recognize the name. I know I've heard him. I just can't. Oh, he did Sundown, Edmund Fitzgerald's song. The classic. Your sister saw him in concert, and he was always too drunk to sing. One time he fell off the stage. Hi, Lori. By the way, did I say hi? Hi, Lori. Hi, DK. I'm surprised he lived as long as he did. Oh, are you a musician? You've fallen off a stage a couple times. Added club dancing. Well, not that I suggest you ever fall off a stage, but it's better to do it when you're drunk than sober, because when you're drunk, your body's more fluid, and rather than bracing yourself when you're not. What are we talking about? Yeah, hope you weren't hurt. Edmund Fitzgerald is your favorite Lightfoot song. Hey, Lynette. Just some leg bruises, pride, yes. Oh, you knew the grandson of the man the ship was named after. You're full of interesting facts. Take your fall in your 50s. Yep. You and I know it. And Cappuccino is here. Everyone loves Edmund Fitzgerald. All righty. Okay. So, how was everyone's reading this week? I finished my Heinlein book, Have Space Have Space Suit Will Travel, which is one of his juveniles, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. It did get a little bit, he did over explain a lot of the technical stuff. And again, these were written for teenagers, so I guess he was trying to educate on space travel and how spacesuits could work, that sort of thing. But the story itself was about like meeting an alien and going on an adventure. And there's this little girl companion, Pee-wee. So enjoyed the book a lot. Then I started my Shelve It or Shove It book, which I've forgotten the name of already. The zombie, the beautiful dead, the pretty dead, delicious dead. It's not really zombies. It's more of, they call them ghouls, but it's more sort of vampire-esque, except they eat the whole body rather than just drink the blood. But I'm enjoying it quite a lot. I'm only a third of the way in. It's reminding me a lot of True Blood, which, by the way, I loved the HBO series, which made me go out and buy the first book by Charlaine Harris, and I wasn't that impressed with the book, so I only read the first book, but I love the premise and I love the HBO adaptation. At least the first couple seasons, it got a little bit wackadoodle at the end, but it also reminded me of this show, iZombie, which I believe is on Netflix right now if you want to check it out, which is hilarious. I believe it's based on a graphic novel. It certainly was presented like a graphic novel with these freeze frames with that turned into a graphic novel page. I love that. The first two seasons, at least, of that series. So I don't know if you saw Shelve It or Shove It. The premise is these ghouls who are kept in check by this synthetic flesh go to a Coachella type concert, and then people start dying, and it looks like the ghouls are, it looks like the synthetic flesh isn't working, maybe. I don't know. Are there something more nefarious? I just started the book, so I don't know. But I don't know. I'm hoping for the best on this. Lynette listened to 4 books. Yay. Hey, Cool Gamer. Finished The Majesties and The Butchering Art. You said last week Butchering Art was nonfiction? Oh yeah, you saw the, yeah, I remember you commented on my video that you did listen to Ascension, a mysterious, I kind of like the premise, a mountain appears in the Pacific Ocean. Good reading week. Assassin's Fate. So you need to read book, what's going on? At halfway of the last Assassin's Fate book, so I read book 1 and 2 this week. Oh, wow. The whole trilogy. I'm kind of like that with Robin Hobb. Although I was reading her as she was getting published, there was one series where she had a couple books. Oh, the Shamans. It wasn't Elderling's book. Soldier Sun trilogy, which I had missed that one, but all the books were out, so I read them all one after the other. Majesties is fiction that does not deal with royalty, living or dead. Okay, I have no idea what it's about. Cappuccino read The Spite House, a haunted house story. Ooh, is it good? And The Passengers, a thriller about self-driving cars that get hacked. I saw some, it wasn't a book, it was a science fiction series where that happened. The self-driving cars getting hacked. Eternal Life, about a Jewish woman whose son was dying, so she gave up her death so he could live. She's 2,000 years old. That's interesting. That's a thinker. Evie is here. Yay, Evie. I just filmed a video last week where I mentioned you about you're being giving me the idea of doing a video on Deus Ex Machina. Right. Yeah, I don't know if I want to read that one, Lori. Butchering nonfiction about the practice of Victorian medicine. Slowly chipping away at Lud in the Mist by Hope Mirrlees. I haven't heard of that one. Your classic sci-fi was Herland, written in 1915 about a land where there's only women. Is it written by a woman? It kind of reminds, no, this, I was going to say it reminds me of She by H. Rider Haggard, but that was not a land only of women. But it was ruled by, anyway. I don't usually read so much, but tough to stop. I love finding books like that where you just can't put them down and the series is complete. Nothing is worse than reading a book and then really wanting to jump into the next one because you just zoom through it in a couple days and then you have to wait a year. Lion in the Living Room, nonfiction about house cats. Ooh. Oh, the video. Okay, The Majesties is a family saga through the eyes of the daughter of the family. Okay. Who won at soccer? I get so sucked into Robin Hobb's Elderling books. They are long, but I just keep reading. There's a book called I Who Have Never Known Men you might enjoy. And I'll mention, oh, hold on. Herland was written by a woman. Okay. Charlotte Perkins Gilman. Three Men Fine. And that was written before Mysterious Island, right? I'm just wondering how much her book inspired other books. But I mean, Burroughs, Edgar Rice Burroughs, all his books were men discovering a hidden land. But I think it's kept stopping to eat grass. What are we talking about? Oh, the dog? Okay, so let me get started. Should I? Oh, I was going to try. One of my favorite drag queens is Jackie Beat. She's an older drag queen, doesn't do RuPaul. Um, but she did a makeup live, and I do my cheeks like her. But she did her eyes in a way that I thought was really interesting. So I'm going to try it, but I'm really afraid. Because what she does is she draws like a half moon and like a black eyeliner for the cut crease. But she starts with that, and then she does color, and then she does the finishing. So I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? So basically what I'm going to do is take the eyeliner and do two half circles where I want the cut crease to be. Let me just mark the high point. Maybe. Oh, this could be such a mistake. Okay, let's. Oh boy. I just. Oh dear. Okay, I already screwed up because these are not half circles. And they are not even. Oh my God. I almost think you should like get a roll of toilet tissue just to draw the circle. Okay, so what am I going to do? Okay. Oh boy. This is going to go crazy. Well, I was going to do blue. Let's do blue and purple. So I want a really dark blue. Okay, I'm going to go, I think, blue, then let's reverse that. Let's do purple, then blue. Oh, the book I'm currently reading, The Delicious Dead. It's kind of interesting when the main characters really aren't anyone you relate to, and you might have some weird preconceived notions about, which is like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, who started off as a cheerleader, and so Delicious Dead is starting off as sort of these girls that are just going to a Coachella concert. So not really the characters that I relate to, but that kind of makes it interesting. But I'm also questioning myself. Why am I picking? Because I've done this so many times. I pick young adult horror and shove it or shove it. Because I haven't had great luck with young adult horror. The last one was pretty good, actually, the Lizelle Sandbury. Wasn't very original, but it wasn't like a great horror novel at all. So I'm thinking it must be the covers. Whoever designs the young adult horror covers is what's appealing to me. Okay. With your dog, you're outside playing soccer. This is, oh, nice. Yeah, I'm in Vegas and it's starting to turn hot. So they're nice days right now, but once it gets past into the 90s and hundreds, it's really hard to stay outside. Oh, there's another live stream earlier than mine. Okay. I think mine's early. Oh, thank you, Lori. Cap says your library does not have it, so I bought it a month ago, maybe 2 months. What book are we talking about? Oh, I Who Have Never Known Men. Sandra is here. Hey, Sandra. I'm going to have to look that one up. You've added 20 books to an online spinner to select a book to start today. Oh, interesting. Tell us what you got. One way to do a randomized. Spin it now. Dun, dun, dun. The Quiet at the End of the World. Don't know that one, but I like the title. Excuse me. If I make it down to Baton Rouge, you should come perform at Splash. They have drag shows on Friday and Saturday nights. It's hard to get. First of all, I don't really do lip syncing drag shows, but sometimes it's hard to get a spot just coming in, unless it's like a open mic. I always like watching booktubers do pet pics, but I don't think my cat would cooperate. Yeah, my cat would definitely. I'm looking that one up. I who have never known men. Originally published in French as Moi qui n'ai pas connu. Okay, I'm not going to do that. It's by Belgian author Jacqueline Hartman. Okay, it didn't tell me what it's about. Hold on. 39 women and a girl being held prisoner in a... Ooh, I don't know if I want to read that one. Yipes. Is that the one you're talking about? Ugh. One thing about... okay, let me start some purple. About books... like set in prisons and stuff, it just feels very claustrophobic because there's not very many locations a book can go to other than the prison yard, the kitchen, and a cell. Oh, me and Dennis were watching this new show on Amazon Prime. Oh, by the way, the women only, Land of Women Only Planets, the book that comes to mind is The Female Man, which you ought to read if you haven't. But the Netflix show is called The Power. And it has a really interesting premise. And it has one of my favorite actors, Toni Collette. I mean, I'll watch anything with Toni Collette. Even like a movie that she's in, and I don't really like the movie, I usually like her performance. So anyway, it has Toni Collette. And the premise is that all through the world, women suddenly develop, I guess you could call it a superpower, but it's kind of a stupid power, but it's an organ develops under their clavicle that lets them shoot electricity out of their hands. But it's more of like a think piece of how would men react if women had a power that rendered their physical dominance obsolete? And how would women react if they suddenly had that power? I don't know if it's based on a book or anything, but like I said, it's a really interesting premise. But the series itself, in my opinion, has some issues. And I think I blame the director, or maybe the writer too, a little bit. Because it jumps around, there's a whole bunch of storylines, and they jump around from like Nigeria to the United States to Britain, where to some Eastern European country, where there's a woman or a group of women that have their own little stories, and it's hard to get engaged, for me to get engaged in the series, because it just jumped around too much and it felt really fragmented. But I like the premise, and I like how they're handling some of the concept of power and masculinity, or toxic masculinity, because of course a group of men are so threatened by it that there's this like online Proud Boys type thing. Okay, anyway. No, I didn't mean to keep that up, but they escape and try to survive in the post-apocalyptic wilderness world. Did I read the right book? Quiet at the End of the World is about the youngest people on the planet after a virus caused global infertility. Did they make a movie about that? I feel like I saw a movie like that. I read the book and was a bit disappointed by how it was executed. I think it might be better as a series. Oh, don't worry about your spelling. We all do it. Okay, so I'm just trying to follow what Jackie Beat did, and I know I'm not, but I'm going to try to blend my... Oops. So this is me trying to do a lighter shade of purple and blue just to get more of a blend, which is not working. What am I doing? Oh my God. Okay, and I've left no white space. I'm going to have to carve out a little bit of white. Okay. Can we fix this? Okay. Um, so does that look blended? I can't tell on camera. Oh, here we go. The movie I'm thinking of, yeah, is Children of Men. That was dark dystopian. I think Quiet at the End of the World might be a gentler book. You like the movie more than the book. Finally finishing Adventures in Stationery. Yeah, DNF'd it because you're too busy. Yeah, sometimes it happens. It's like you just lose interest in a book, and then later on you say, well, was it really that bad? And okay. Okay, I'm going to pretend that's blended. Okay, and this is what Jackie Beat does. She, oh boy. She draws this line here, and then she connects these with a sort of a dip. Okay, I'm never doing this again. This isn't working for me. Oh, they are not even. I think part of the difference is she does her eyebrows really high, so this line goes like way up. So this is more, I don't know. I don't know. It might work out in the end, Daisy. Well, we always hope. We always hope. By the way, my fairy lights don't turn on anymore, so I don't know. I mean, they're super cheap. Maybe that was the problem. Oh, you just got an ARC, The Gilded Abyss by Rebecca Throne. I'm excited to read it. Now, Sandra, when you get an ARC, are you obligated to do a review? Because I signed up for something. I mean, it's a fairly commonly well-known among booktubers place to get ARCs. And you're allegedly supposed to give a review of it. So I picked up this middle grade book and I didn't like it. And then I felt so guilty of, well, not guilty, but I didn't want to give a bad review to, I think it was a debut middle grade novel, so I didn't give a review. So I read the ARC, I got this free copy, and I didn't review it. Sue me, but I stopped doing it because I was like, I don't want to feel this guilt anymore of either putting up a bad review or not reviewing it. Let's finish. Just finishing putting on the eyeliner. Okay. A bad review might help a writer improve their craft. Well, true. I got one once that I did not like, and it was quite painful to review it. It was a 3-star one, but I usually only post my faves. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Yes, you do have to leave a review. Got it. Oh, thank you, AV, purple and blue. Some authors get upset about bad reviews, including one YouTuber who I won't name. Wasn't there a case of an author like stalking a reviewer? But that is what, oh, Daniel Green. I honestly think Daniel Green thought he was being part of a conversation, which I think comes from being a reviewer first. But those reviews are helpful for readers too. Sometimes the things that made a book not great for you are things that other people, yeah, that's true. Yeah. The author stalking. It was a woman. I forget the details, but I'd heard about it and I looked it up and it was like really over the top of, I guess this woman just was really insulted by, or took it personal. Okay, so I want to, oh, you know what I forgot to do? Pick out what I'm going to do for the cut crease. I kind of just like the simple silver. The images, well, yeah, I'm just going to do a simple silver cut crease. Can't remember at the stalking woman. It was years ago. Oh boy. Where is that? Is that a line or am I? I mean, this is going to end up looking similar to what I usually do, but there's like mistakes that I see that hopefully no one else will see. And it's stressing me out, so. I have to remember, I'm not the type of makeup artist that can draw a straight line. So that's why I need to be slightly messy. For these looks to work. Just realizing I should have done some black first, but I'm changing my mind on what brush to use. Here we go. Oh, the video I'm planning today, and I'm just planning one video. I heard the new Hunger Games movie prequel is coming out, and I was one of the few people that liked um, a song of, no, what's it called? A Ballad of Snakes and Birds. Hunger Game prequel that tells the story of how President Snow became President Snow. So back when he was young and innocent, teenager, what happened in his life that made him become President Snow. Okay, anyway, you know what I'm going to do? Because you're supposed to be able to lay shadow over this silver, but last week it wasn't sticking. But I know that Durline Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to pat a little bit of duraline on these edges. To get the shadow to stick. I think I lifted off some of the. I think I'm going to do purple. This is just to shade it so it doesn't. Oh, actually. This is me always looking for. Shoot, did I? Okay. So I think that's what I wanted. Now let's go with the. Should I start with chroma cake? Okay, you guys have been talking. Oh, Sandra knows Kathleen Hale, maybe, the stalker. The thriller fiction is called The Last Word. I think it is a dark comedy thriller. Oh, I like dark comedies. Meant to be over the top. Do you have a public book? No, I don't. I don't. I think I'd feel guilty if people bought me books. But you can tip me in the chat, I think. Some people have before. Well, here's the other thing about TBRs, because you'll notice I don't really have much of a TBR. And I've talked about this before, but it's back from when I was buying books in bookstores. I got in the habit of only buying a new book once I've read an old book, because it would allow me to, on my lunch breaks, to go to visit the bookstore, because I always like to go a couple times a week to the bookstore. So I've just gotten in the habit of not having a TBR, just getting a book when I finish anyway. She wrote a YA murder mystery a few years ago and was featured on a YouTube series called Authors Behaving Badly. Yipes. As an Australian, I cannot gift a book off Amazon US to people. For Kevy's birthday, you had to, oh, that was so nice of you. Gave her some PayPal. Yeah, the huge lashes will hide. Looking forward to Mother's Day because your son will give you books. You should be a lawyer, Lynette, finding those loopholes. I'm really curious about this one because was it you, Lynette, that told me that this was a sci-fi robot book? That's why it was in their science fiction when I saw it in Shove It or Shove It. But then it said a heart of wood. And I'm like, you don't really find wood in robots unless maybe it's a casing or something, but why would it be in the heart? You could clear coat it before doing the next layer. That works for model trains. What are you talking about? Clear coat my... Okay, so let me do... Yeah, I'm going to do my chroma cake, which, by the way, this is basically black face paint. Water activated. But I like this better because it's easier uh, to remove than, because it's water activated, it just removes with water. But it's also a lot cheaper because this whole thing will last me the rest of my life. Unless I do like full body black paint, which would be a terrible idea. But some of the eyeliners, or if you use like Inglot, it can get expensive and wear out your eyeliner really quick. Because I use a lot of black. What is going on? Someone's trying to call me? No. La-di-da, la-di-da. And I also use it to paint my eyelashes because I don't like using mascara. Because all the makeup that's hard to get rid of or to remove is mascara. And since I have fake eyelashes, it doesn't really. I just want to dust off the powders or whatever I get on my eyelashes. I don't really care if they're long or. I'm really tempted to rent the Dungeons and Dragons movie. Um, but it's like $20. So I'm assuming the price is going to go down in a couple weeks or a month. I don't know how it works. But you can buy a movie for just $5 more. So it's like, I was like thinking to myself, should I buy this movie? If I do a movie review on YouTube, it's nice to have to do screenshots, but with my small channel, I mean, $25 is kind of. But then again, on the other hand, as I rationalize things, if Dennis and I were going to go to the movies or see it in a theater, the tickets would probably be $12, $12 to $15 each. Plus, we usually get like a soda and popcorn or candy or something. So $25 compared to that is definitely. Doesn't seem like a bad deal. Anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about this. Michael Vaughn's book ban is that he has to read 500 of his own books before buying a new book. But he is allowed to buy comic books. 500. Cordali did 100. And he can read gifted books, but can't count them in his ban. My problem is my lack of self-control, regardless of whether I set myself a book buying ban or not. Yes, if you make your own rules, you can break them. Criminali just finished his book ban, but his loopholes were gifted books and his subscription box. You allow your Scribd and Audible subscription. Gotta leave. Oh, okay, Cap. Thank you for joining us. Oh, thank you, Cap. She likes the colors. Are they? They're making a Flavia DeLuce movie. Oh, wonder who's in it. Yeah, you guys turned me on to Flavia DeLuce. I mean, so much is going to depend on the child actor they find. Which can be so hit or miss. Like the Addams Family movie really lucked out by getting Christina Ricci, who did such a fantastic job as Wednesday Addams. What I hope they don't do is age her up I bet they're going to do that. But actually, I want to use this brush for black, even though I used it for purple. We'll start with. But I know a lot of these movie production companies really want the love story or love interest. Or, even if it's puppy love like they did with Enola Holmes. But Flavia's sisters, at least the older sister, can fill that or check that box. The other sad thing about having a child actor is they grow up, so it's really hard to do a series. Okay, so start. This brush is too big. Okay, now I want to blend it with blue. Oh, I should have brushed off this bake. Okay, the Flavia movie has Isla Guy from Sandman as Flavia. Martin Freeman is also in it, but they've not said his role. Martin Freeman, but he's the father. Well, the important, well, it depends on which book they do, but the important cast is of the adults is the father, the inspector, and the priest and his wife, because they seem to be in a lot of the books. Well, I've read 3 books. Oh, and the Flavia's their groundskeeper and the cook. Okay, there's a couple of good adult roles in there. Yeah, Dogger. I love the title. Thank you. I love the title of The Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie. Yeah, and I have read that one. I like that one. Read the first one before you see. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lori. Yeah, like I say, once I get messy with especially with the black, um, it starts coming together. But I do want to just blend this black just a little bit more around the edges. I don't know why my phone keeps. I kind of wish it was the Flavia de Luz. It's like a BBC production as a series or a series of miniseries. I actually can't remember the actress in Sandman, the little girl actress. Okay, so I think I'm done with the eyes. How are we looking? Oh, you have to leave. Okay, thank you for joining, Sandra. And I've been continuing doing those little shorts where I just take this live stream and press it down to 1 minute just with the highlights of the makeup. And sometimes they still do really good, sometimes not so good. But I'll continue doing that because it's easy to do. I'm going to do lips. Actually, I want to put a little bit more blush on. Okay. And I think I'm just going to be defaulting to red lips because I like them. As long as I don't screw them up a little. Black outline with red lips. If you like something, why change it? Well, so you don't get bored. One thing about living in a desert like Vegas is your lips get so dry because there's no humidity, none. Okay. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Should probably outline in brown rather than black, but. So I know it's dark, but with just a little clown white. Okay, what time is it? Am I taking too long? Oh boy. Red lips are classic. Thank you. I think so. When I was out in Nevada when I was young, my contact lenses practically dried into your eyebrows. Yep. Sister lives in Adelaide, South Australia. It is very dry there and hotter than I like. You probably would not like Las Vegas. Even our southwest, well, that's Nevada. I mean, we get it regular over 100 during the summer. Tasmania has nice weather, rarely below freezing and only about 30 degrees Celsius. Weather, not weather. Okay. We range from, say, 30 degrees below zero and dry in winter to 100. Those are wild swings. Lowest ever for Hobart is sea level is minus 2.8 Celsius. We haven't been quite that hot in my time in the state. Well, the reason why Los Angeles started as a city is because supposedly it has the best weather in the entire world, especially Long Beach. I've heard that before. Long Beach has the best weather. Okay, so am I done? I feel like I'm lashes. Actually, why don't I put on a little bit? I swear I never think this does anything, but highlight. Then again, I probably just don't have good highlighter. Because nothing. You know, YouTube Shorts, I don't understand the copyright program they have for music, because you can almost use, like in videos, they really get you with, if you use, you know, a minute of song. But in the shorts, somehow they allow you to use a lot of music. So that's one thing I like about shorts, is having a selection of songs I didn't realize I could have until the last couple of videos. Oh man, I'm making a mess, making a mess. Okay, eyelashes are on. Heard that San Diego has the best weather. It's a little hotter than, oh, I was born in San Diego. Little known fact, I was born in San Diego. It's a little hotter than LA, but they're pretty close. Ashes. Certainly gets cold inland. Maybe the shorts, you are not using music long enough. No, there's a special, because I looked it up. And there's a special policy or agreement, I guess, YouTube has with creators, a lot of creators, where, I mean, if you think about it, it does kind of promote songs. Of course, one of my shorts, I think 2 shorts back, it was a Sophia Loren song that she did in the, I don't know, 50s, 60s. Okay. So let's put on. Get annoyed when YouTubers get copyright. Yeah, it's so. Yours is mine are the only shorts. I'm sorry. You really don't have to watch them. I know these earrings don't really go. Oh well. My gloves. Oh, there they are. My gloves fell off the little stand I was using. Oh, for the hair, I just thought I'd just do this simple little black number. I need to zoom out a little. Oh, and I wanted to show you. I did get, the reason why you see me in my pictures a lot is I did get these little, I don't know what you call them, these little things just to lean into the daisy. So I was thinking, well, I should like hide little daisies. Well, that doesn't look right, but maybe I'll just do one daisy. People find the daisy on Daisy. Oh boy. It's the one thing about using lip gloss. Yeah, the only thing I have planned today is the Hunger Games prequel movie. Did you guys read it? Am I the only one that read it? I feel like I'm the only booktuber that liked it. Because I saw a lot of negative reviews. And the ending could have used some work, but because honestly, it's a tragedy. Which I really liked seeing in this, put this up. I like seeing in a young adult book because you normally don't see tragedies in young adult books, which is why I'm really interested in the movie. They're going to keep that storyline. Okay. So, okay, I did this in 90 minutes. Not too bad. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you, Lynette, the little daisies. They're really cheap, too. I may get more. I wasn't interested in the Hunger Games prequel. Yeah, it's not for everyone. I'm the same way, but I think I did it just because of booktube. Just because I knew it was going to be a popular booktube book. Okay. Well, I believe this is the final look. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you here next week. And as usual, may all the books you read be blessed.